Hello, this is Robert Carter, SANY District Technology Coach, coming back to you with SchoolTool. Previous videos, we looked at student records, maintaining gradebooks, creating your gradebook. Today, I'd like to look at student discipline numbers. So, let's go ahead and start by going into one of my students. I'm going to pick the first name on my list, and I'm going to go into the Discipline tab. So whether I need to assign a student a demerit, a merit, or a referral, we're going to start with the same process, and that's the plus sign here. As you see, most of the information is pretty self-explanatory. The date of the incident. Now, preferably when you're putting in any kind of data, it's important to try to put it in the same exact day. But if there is a need to backdate something, please adjust the date accordingly. The time, I'm going to leave this current, but as you see, you can change all the values. Now the locations, in most cases, going to be teacher's classroom. And take a look at the offense. Now, if these were demerits, we're going to select from DM1 to DM16. Merits are pretty self-explanatory, even though most of the time you should be looking towards completed homework or completed excellence. But if it is a referral, you are simply selecting referable offense. The deans of students will code this thing accordingly. But let's just start with failure to work on assigned task. So we can describe the incident here. It's going to be important that you set and be very, very detailed with the description. Student was warned twice to get on task. Student continues to ignore directions. Pulled student aside to try to help. Was given demerit after continual non-compliance. Now, I'm not going to go through the full incident here, but it's very, very important when documenting anything for discipline that you're very, 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 very specific. You can go through and talk about the previous actions taken. Maybe in the past you've given warnings, new seat, calls home. Maybe you took place and did that right then and there. As you look down the sheet, you have the possibilities of adding comments, as I mentioned. Excuse me. You can, as well as add additional offenders. Now, in most of our buildings, we ask that demerits are not batched together, so that would be the case here. So, if I was done with this particular demerit, I would go ahead and hit the save button. Now, since we're on the subject, let's actually take it and go towards a merit now. Let's do classroom excellence. We're going to take this out. We're going to do CEMP. And we don't need to put anything else in there. Now, in this case, it'd be okay to add additional students. Let's hit the plus sign. Now, depending on your building, there's two different areas to pull up additional people to put in CEMP points. If I was in elementary or middle school, I could use the team function. If you're in the high school, you're going to look towards a different function to pull up your students, as many of the teachers could handle electives that have students from multiple grades in them. Those of you with sections that may have multiple grades can use class of and grab the students grade by grade. The one that I like in particular is under master schedule and course selection. Let's get rid of this guy. So, using my computer science course, for example, I'm going to go Department, Computer and Technology, Course, Computer Science 1, and then I'm going to search. Now, I get all of the students are in my section, and let's say I'm going to give them all classroom merits. Now, I can unblank those of students who do not deserve. Hit Continue. Now I have classroom merits for all of these students. And when I am done, I simply hit save. So in summary, in the discipline tab, it's going to be important for you to keep good details, whether you're putting in a demerit, whether you're putting in a referral. Make sure you're putting your classroom interventions in there, and previous steps taken are very, very important for any negative discipline. The classroom weekly excellence point should be put in every week on Friday, and this gives you one example of how to add other people so that you can take care of these in a timely fashion. If you are looking for others, as I said, there are other categories in here, including class of and team. So it's important that each piece of discipline, whether it be positive or negative, gets put in accurately, and I hope this video will help that process. Thank you.